Bilingualism. What is bilingualism? Well, it can be described as the use in equal fluency in two different languages, whereas sometimes confused with multilingualism is the use of more than two languages. ELL, or English language learners, are students that are in the process of learning English because they may have another primary language or limited English proficiency, such as a speech impediment. ESL, or English as a second language, is the instruction for those students learning English that have a non-English native language. Common characteristics of these learners are their demographics: male versus female, socioeconomic status, race and ethnicity, and their native language. A silent learner can be described as a recent newcomer to the United States who is adjusting to the new environment and culture, as well as the new type of communication in both the verbal and nonverbal categories. Key challenges faced by the learners are factors that are specific to them, environmental factors, and their prior language development. Specific to the learner is their learning style, attitude and motivation, and personality. Environmental is the language spoken at home, their learning environment, and their exposition to native English-speaking students within their classroom. Prior language development includes their age, the comparison before the age of 14 to after, and the previous achievement of their native language. Key challenges faced by schools and teachers are budget and funding, being able to accommodate multiple first languages, programming, separating two or multiple languages within one classroom, and the socio-political challenge. Key challenges that are faced by schools are budget and funding, accommodating multiple first languages at one time, and programming. Key challenges that are faced by teachers are being able to separate two or multiple languages within one classroom, and the socio-political challenge. Legal action that has been taken within bilingualism is the Bilingual Education Act of 1968, which provided financial, institutional, and legal aid and support of bilingual immersion. Also, the Educational Opportunity Act of 1974 that required the state must take appropriate action to overcome language barriers that impede equal participation by its students. Within Pennsylvania, the English language learners are entitled to an instructional program that is based on sound educational and language learning theory, implemented with sufficient resources and staffed by appropriately prepared personnel, and periodically evaluated. The program must include instruction in English as a second language. There are 4 key instructional methods as to how bilingualism is approached in schools.
An example of transitional bilingual education,
which is separate instruction, beginning teaching the English language learners material in their native language.
An example of English immersion.
The second key instructional method is English immersion, which is instruction in the same classroom as the native English-speaking students.
Okay, Christina, I need you to try to say that in English so I can understand. What's the problem you're having?
Oh, she needs... See. She needs help forming sentences.
Oh, goodness. Okay, see me after class. We'll talk. Class, put your journals away. An example of structured English immersion.
The third key instructional method is structured English immersion, which is gradual immersion into the regular classroom.
No me gusta ese libro, es más increíble.
English.
¿Cómo se dice perro?
Dog.
Dog. ¿Cómo se dice gato?
Cat.
Cat. ¿Cómo se dice pez?
Fish.
Fish. ¿Cómo se dice vaca?
Cow.
Cow. Sí.
Yes.
Sí.
An example of two-way bilingual immersion.
The final example of a key instructional method is
Hi.
two-way bilingual immersion, which is instruction in two languages.
The dog ran. El perro corrió. The cat is in the window. El gato es en la ventana.